Developing an unbreakable mindset is not about building walls or avoiding challenges. It's about cultivating resilience, a deep inner strength that allows you to move through life's trials with grace and unwavering resolve. In this journey, we explore the practical ways to nurture such a mindset, taking inspiration from both ancient wisdom and modern practices. This kind of mental fortitude is what allows you to face life head-on, transforming obstacles into opportunities and seeing setbacks as catalysts for growth. It's about understanding that true power lies not in controlling the world around you, but in mastering the world within. Now, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to like the video and hit that subscribe button. Only 15% of my audience is currently subscribed, so if these insights resonate with you, I'd love for you to join our community and turn on the notification bell to stay updated. Our first step in building an unbreakable mindset is learning to embrace radical responsibility. Radical responsibility means acknowledging, fully and honestly, that while we can't control everything that happens to us, we are always responsible for how we respond. It's a mindset that rejects victimhood and instead empowers us to be the authors of our own lives. In every situation, we face a choice: to either let external events dictate our emotions and actions, or to take ownership of our response, no matter how challenging the circumstances may be. Imagine a scenario where someone cuts you off in traffic. It's a seemingly small frustration, yet it can easily lead to a flood of anger, frustration, or even resentment. In such moments, you have two options. You can react impulsively, letting that anger consume you and ruin your mood for hours. Or you can take a deep breath, acknowledge your frustration without letting it control you, and then choose to let it go. When you choose the latter, you're practicing radical responsibility. You're recognizing that your peace of mind is more valuable than a momentary annoyance, and you're refusing to let someone else's actions dictate your emotions. Radical responsibility requires a mindset shift, one that moves from blaming others or external circumstances for our feelings to recognizing our role in every experience. This doesn't mean we're at fault for everything that happens to us, but it does mean we take ownership of our reactions. By doing so, we empower ourselves to find solutions, seek growth, and ultimately become more resilient. This approach fosters a sense of inner freedom because we're no longer at the mercy of what happens around us. Instead, we become proactive participants in our own lives. Let's take a more profound example. Imagine facing a setback in your career. A project fails, or you don't get the promotion you were hoping for. It's easy to fall into a cycle of blame, pointing fingers at colleagues, bosses, or external factors. But by choosing to take radical responsibility, you ask yourself, what could I have done differently? What lessons can I learn from this experience? This shift in perspective not only helps you grow, but also liberates you from feeling like a victim. You start to see setbacks as opportunities to improve, rather than as personal failings. This practice of radical responsibility becomes a habit, a lens through which you view all of life's challenges, big and small. Over time, as you make radical responsibility a part of your daily life, you'll notice patterns in your reactions. You'll start to see where you tend to blame others, where you avoid accountability, and where you let circumstances dictate your emotions. Each time you catch yourself in these moments and shift toward ownership, you're strengthening your resilience. You're training yourself to be grounded, even when life throws curveballs. This is how you start to build an unbreakable mindset, one that can withstand anything because it's not dependent on external stability. Instead, it thrives on the inner stability you cultivate through responsibility. The second essential step in building this kind of mindset is to cultivate inner calm. Inner calm is a profound, almost meditative state where you remain unshaken by the chaos around you. Picture a deep lake, its surface smooth and undisturbed. Even if storms rage above, the water remains still and clear below. This inner calm is what anchors you in difficult moments, allowing you to respond with clarity instead of being swept away by your emotions. It's about creating a mental space where you can step back, observe, and choose how to react, even in the face of stress and adversity. So, how do you cultivate this inner calm? Start with something as simple as mindful breathing. Often we underestimate the power of the breath, dismissing it as a trivial practice. But controlled, mindful breathing is one of the most effective ways to bring yourself back to the present moment. When you focus on your breath, you ground yourself in the here and now, pulling your mind away from worries about the future or regrets about the past. This small act creates a moment of calm, a pause in the chaos where you can regain control over your thoughts and emotions. You may notice that in moments of stress, your breathing becomes shallow and rapid, which signals to your body that it's in a state of distress. By consciously slowing your breath and deepening each inhale and exhale, you're sending a message to your nervous system. Everything is okay. I am safe. This simple practice can instantly lower your stress levels, bringing a sense of calm and clarity. As you practice this regularly, it becomes second nature. You'll find yourself instinctively turning to your breath when stress arises, using it as a tool to create inner calm. Meditation is another powerful tool for cultivating calm. While it may seem daunting at first, meditation is simply the practice of observing your mind without judgment. By setting aside a few minutes each day to sit quietly and focus on your breathing, you're training your mind to detach from the constant stream of thoughts. Over time, you'll notice that you're less reactive to emotions and external events. You become an observer of your own mind, able to watch your thoughts pass by without getting caught up in them. This ability to detach from your thoughts is incredibly empowering, as it allows you to choose which thoughts to engage with and which to let go. A common misconception about inner calm is that it means suppressing emotions or ignoring what bothers you. In reality, inner calm is about embracing your emotions fully, but not letting them control you. It's acknowledging anger, sadness, or fear when they arise, but choosing to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. For example, if someone says something hurtful, you might initially feel anger or pain. Instead of reacting immediately, you can take a moment to breathe, recognize your feelings, and respond with intention. This calm response not only preserves your peace of mind, but often leads to more constructive outcomes in difficult situations. In Stoic philosophy, this inner calm is often referred to as apatheia, a state of being where you're not easily disturbed by external events. Stoics believe that we don't control what happens around us, but we do control how we respond. This belief is incredibly liberating because it shifts the focus from trying to control the uncontrollable to mastering our own minds. When you cultivate inner calm, you're better equipped to face life's challenges without losing your composure. You're able to maintain a sense of clarity and purpose even in the face of uncertainty. Another way to strengthen your inner calm is by practicing acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up or resigning yourself to a passive life. It means recognizing reality as it is, without resisting or wishing things were different. Often, a significant amount of our stress comes from wishing circumstances were other than they are. We resist change, we cling to the past, or we fear the future. But by practicing acceptance, you learn to let go of this resistance. You embrace the present moment as it is, understanding that your peace of mind doesn't depend on perfect circumstances. Imagine facing a challenging situation, like an unexpected job loss. Naturally, you might feel fear, sadness, or frustration. But instead of allowing these emotions to spiral into panic, you practice acceptance. You acknowledge the reality of your situation without judgment, and you allow yourself to process your emotions without letting them consume you. This acceptance creates a foundation of calm from which you can move forward thoughtfully, exploring your options with a clear mind. Acceptance, in this sense, is an act of courage. It allows you to face reality without denial and respond with resilience. Building an unbreakable mindset requires these first steps of radical responsibility and inner calm, but it also involves cultivating a sense of purpose. Purpose is what gives your life meaning, a reason to move forward even when things get tough. It's the inner fire that drives you, the why that keeps you going. Without a strong sense of purpose, it's easy to feel lost, to let challenges wear you down. But when you have a clear sense of why you're doing what you're doing, setbacks become less intimidating. You see them as part of the journey rather than as roadblocks. To cultivate a sense of purpose, start by reflecting on what matters most to you. What are your values? What kind of life do you want to lead? Your purpose doesn't have to be something grand or world-changing. It could be as simple as wanting to be a good parent, to help others, or to create something meaningful. Once you identify your purpose, remind yourself of it regularly, especially in challenging times. When faced with difficulties, ask yourself, how does this align with my purpose? How can I use this experience to grow and move closer to my goals? Purpose gives you direction, but it also gives you resilience. When you're clear on your purpose, you're more willing to endure discomfort, to push through challenges, and to stay committed, even when things aren't easy. For example, if your purpose is to be a supportive partner or parent, you're more likely to approach conflicts with patience and understanding. You're able to look past minor frustrations because you're focused on the bigger picture. Purpose adds a layer of meaning to your actions, turning even mundane tasks into steps toward something greater. By embracing radical responsibility, cultivating inner calm, and developing a strong sense of purpose, you lay the foundation for a truly resilient mindset. These practices are like pillars that support you, providing stability in the face of life's storms. Each one strengthens your inner resolve, giving you the tools to navigate challenges with grace and confidence. As you continue to build this foundation, you'll find that your mindset becomes increasingly unbreakable. You're no longer swayed by every obstacle, every setback. Instead, you move forward with a quiet strength, knowing that you have everything you need within yourself to overcome whatever comes your way. When you take these steps, you're not only building resilience, you're transforming your entire approach to life. You're shifting from a reactive state, where you're constantly at the mercy of external events, to a proactive state, where you are the master of your inner world. This shift is powerful. It allows you to live with intention, to respond with wisdom, and to face life's challenges with a steady heart and a calm mind. You become unbreakable not because life becomes easier, but because you become stronger, more capable, and more at peace with yourself. Each of these steps is a lifelong practice. Radical responsibility, inner calm, and purpose aren't things you achieve once and for all. They're qualities you cultivate and deepen over time. There will be moments when you slip, when you react impulsively or feel overwhelmed. That's okay. The journey to an unbreakable mindset is not about perfection, it's about progress. Each time you return to these practices, you strengthen your resilience. You become more grounded, more centered, and more unshakable. In the end, developing an unbreakable mindset is about building a life that aligns with your highest values. It's about creating a foundation of inner strength that allows you to move through life with courage and grace. This journey is not easy, but it's worth every effort. For when you cultivate a mindset that can withstand anything, you discover a deep sense of peace, a calm within the storm, and a confidence that no setback can take away. This is the true power of an unbreakable mind. Our journey toward an unbreakable mindset continues by addressing a critical component, embracing discomfort. While it may seem counterintuitive, an essential aspect of building a resilient mindset is our willingness to face discomfort head-on. Discomfort often signals growth. It's where our deepest learning occurs, where we find out what we're truly made of. In modern life, we're accustomed to seeking comfort at all costs, minimizing challenges and avoiding discomfort whenever possible. But by actively embracing discomfort, we train our minds to withstand adversity, building mental strength and resilience in the process. Let's take an example. Think about physical exercise. When you lift weights, you're putting your muscles under stress. They experience discomfort, even pain, and in response, they grow stronger. Our minds operate similarly. When we expose ourselves to situations that test our limits, we become mentally tougher, better equipped to handle whatever life throws our way. Embracing discomfort doesn't mean seeking out unnecessary hardship, but it does mean stepping outside of your comfort zone willingly and consistently. One way to practice embracing discomfort is by setting small, manageable challenges for yourself daily. This could mean waking up earlier than usual, doing an extra set in your workout, or even approaching a difficult conversation that you've been avoiding. Each small challenge builds your tolerance for discomfort, rewiring your brain to see challenges as opportunities rather than threats. Over time, this approach instills a sense of resilience that becomes a part of who you are. Embracing discomfort is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that to build an indomitable character, one must be willing to face and overcome challenges rather than avoid them. Seneca, a prominent Stoic, practiced voluntary discomfort to prepare his mind for inevitable hardships. He would intentionally live with less than he was accustomed to, eating simple meals and sleeping on a hard floor, as a reminder that true happiness doesn't depend on external comforts. By facing discomfort willingly, he was able to approach life's challenges with a calm, steady mind, unshaken by material loss or external hardship. In our own lives, embracing discomfort might not mean giving up our comforts entirely, but it does mean developing a mindset that isn't dependent on them. When we train ourselves to be at peace, even in discomfort, we become more adaptable, more resilient. We become less fearful of change and uncertainty, recognizing that we can find contentment within ourselves, regardless of our external circumstances. Another powerful way to cultivate an unbreakable mindset is by practicing patience. In a world that prioritizes instant gratification, patience is an underrated yet invaluable quality. Patience allows us to maintain a long-term perspective, to delay gratification in pursuit of meaningful goals, and to remain calm when progress seems slow or obstacles seem insurmountable. Developing patience strengthens our resolve, helping us stay committed to our goals, even when the path is challenging. Think about any meaningful achievement, whether it's building a career, nurturing a relationship, or developing a skill. Each requires time, consistent effort, and the ability to persist, even when things aren't moving as quickly as we'd like. Patience is the backbone of resilience, allowing us to endure the journey without becoming discouraged by temporary setbacks. By practicing patience, we build a mindset that's capable of withstanding the ups and downs of life, remaining steadfast even when immediate results are hard to come by. Patience also extends to how we interact with others. In difficult conversations or tense situations, patience helps us listen without reacting impulsively, allowing us to respond with empathy rather than anger. Patience creates space for understanding, for thoughtful reflection, and for a more compassionate approach to conflict. It's a skill that, once cultivated, enriches both our internal and external worlds, fostering a sense of calm that no external pressure can disrupt. To develop patience, begin with small exercises in mindfulness. The next time you feel impatience creeping in, whether it's while waiting in line, dealing with a delayed response, or working toward a long-term goal, take a deep breath and remind yourself that growth takes time. Acknowledge your impatience without letting it control you. Over time, you'll find that you're able to sit with the feeling, observing it without reacting to it. This mindfulness practice gradually builds your capacity for patience, making it easier to remain calm and focused in all areas of your life. Patience, like resilience, is a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. By strengthening our patience, we prepare ourselves for the inevitable challenges that life presents, learning to approach them with grace rather than frustration. This skill is invaluable in building an unbreakable mindset, one that isn't swayed by temporary setbacks but is grounded in the understanding that true growth takes time. The fifth pillar in our journey to an unbreakable mindset is developing gratitude. Gratitude is more than just a feeling. It's a perspective, a way of seeing the world that brings peace and resilience. When we focus on what we have rather than what we lack, we cultivate a mindset that's less dependent on external circumstances and more grounded in inner fulfillment. Gratitude shifts our focus from scarcity to abundance, helping us see that we have enough, that we are enough, even when life doesn't go as planned. Now, some exciting news. Our channel now offers a 24/7 live stream, streaming Stoic wisdom and insights around the clock. Plus, by joining our members club, you'll unlock exclusive benefits, deeper content dives, and personal insights. Join us on this journey and let's build a meaningful life together. And I also humbly ask you to leave a comment, as it helps my channel immensely. If you do not know what to comment, just write "better every day" so I know you reached this far. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also, I've linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today and will also help you achieve a Stoic mindset. To integrate gratitude into your life, start with a daily gratitude practice. Each morning or evening, take a few minutes to reflect on 3 things you're grateful for. These don't have to be grand or significant. Small moments of joy, acts of kindness, or even challenges that helped you grow can be a source of gratitude. By making this practice a habit, you begin to train your mind to focus on the positive aspects of your life, reinforcing a mindset of resilience and contentment. Gratitude also helps us stay grounded in the present. Often, stress and anxiety come from worrying about the future or regretting the past. But when we focus on what we're grateful for in the here and now, we bring ourselves back to the present moment, finding peace and stability in what we already have. This shift in focus not only reduces stress, but also enhances our capacity to handle adversity. When challenges arise, a grateful mindset allows us to see the lessons within them, recognizing that every experience, positive or negative, has something to offer. In difficult times, gratitude can serve as a lifeline, a reminder that there is still good in our lives, even when things feel overwhelming. By focusing on what we're grateful for, we strengthen our resilience, reminding ourselves that we have the resources, both internal and external, to face any challenge. Gratitude helps us see beyond the immediate difficulties, giving us a broader perspective that can withstand even the harshest storms. The next step in developing a mindset that can withstand anything is cultivating self-compassion. Often, when we face setbacks or make mistakes, our instinct is to be hard on ourselves. We criticize, judge, and even punish ourselves for not being perfect. But an unbreakable mindset isn't built on harsh self-criticism. It's built on self-compassion. Self-compassion is the practice of treating ourselves with the same kindness, understanding, and patience that we would offer a friend. It means recognizing that we're human, that we're going to make mistakes, and that it's okay to struggle. Self-compassion isn't about making excuses or avoiding responsibility. It's about acknowledging our imperfections without letting them define us. When we practice self-compassion, we create a safe space within ourselves, a place where we can face our mistakes without fear of self-judgment. This inner support gives us the courage to take risks, to try new things, and to continue moving forward even when things don't go as planned. Self-compassion becomes a source of resilience, helping us recover from setbacks more quickly and with greater strength. Imagine facing a difficult situation where you've made a mistake. Instead of falling into a spiral of self-criticism, try offering yourself a moment of self-compassion. Acknowledge the mistake, take responsibility, and then remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Rather than, why did I fail? This shift in perspective helps you approach challenges with a growth mindset, seeing setbacks as opportunities for learning rather than as reflections of your worth. By practicing self-compassion, you build a mindset that's resilient, adaptable, and less likely to be shaken by failure. You learn to be your own source of support, finding strength within rather than relying on external validation. This inner kindness not only builds resilience, but also enhances your overall well-being, allowing you to approach life's challenges with a sense of confidence and calm. Now, let's talk about another essential quality for building an unbreakable mindset: embracing change. Change is one of the few constants in life. No matter how much we try to control our circumstances, change is inevitable. Embracing change means letting go of resistance, recognizing that change is a natural part of life, and learning to flow with it rather than fight against it. When we embrace change, we cultivate adaptability, a quality that allows us to navigate life's challenges with ease and resilience. Imagine a river flowing through a forest. When it encounters rocks or fallen trees, it doesn't stop. It simply flows around them, finding a new path. This is the nature of adaptability, of embracing change. By cultivating this mindset, we learn to approach life's obstacles with a sense of flexibility, recognizing that challenges are not roadblocks, but opportunities to find new paths forward. Embracing change also requires us to let go of our attachment to how things should be. Often, we become attached to a particular outcome, a specific plan, or a rigid idea of success. But when life takes an unexpected turn, this attachment can lead to disappointment, frustration, and even despair. By letting go of our expectations, we open ourselves to new possibilities, allowing us to see challenges as stepping stones rather than as setbacks. We become more open-minded, more willing to adapt, and more capable of facing life's uncertainties with grace. Change can be intimidating, but it's also a powerful teacher. Every time we face a change, we have the opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become more resilient. By embracing change, we build a mindset that can withstand anything, a mindset that isn't shaken by the unexpected, but is strengthened by it. We learn to see change not as a threat, but as an invitation to evolve, to expand our perspective, and to deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Each of these principles, embracing discomfort, practicing patience, cultivating gratitude, showing self-compassion, and embracing change, builds upon the foundation of an unbreakable mindset. As you integrate these practices into your life, you begin to transform your perspective, seeing challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. You develop a mindset that is resilient, adaptable, and capable of facing anything life throws your way. Building an unbreakable mindset is a journey, one that requires patience, persistence, and a deep commitment to growth. It's about becoming the master of your inner world, finding strength within rather than relying on external validation. It's about learning to face life with courage, with an open heart and a calm mind, ready to embrace whatever comes your way. As you continue on this journey, remember that each challenge, each setback, is an opportunity to strengthen your resilience. Each moment of discomfort, each instance of patience, each act of self-compassion is a step toward a mindset that can withstand anything. This journey isn't easy, but it's worth every effort. Because when you cultivate an unbreakable mindset, you don't just survive life's challenges, you thrive through them, discovering a depth of strength and wisdom that nothing can take away. As we continue building this unbreakable mindset, let's delve into another transformative quality: purpose. Purpose is the driving force that keeps us grounded, motivated, and focused, especially when life becomes overwhelming. When we have a clear purpose, we find it easier to navigate challenges because we know why we're enduring them. Purpose gives meaning to our struggles, transforming them from random hardships into meaningful stepping stones toward a greater vision. Purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. It can be as simple as wanting to become a better person, take care of your family, or contribute positively to your community. What's crucial is that it resonates with you deeply and gives you a sense of direction. When we're clear on our purpose, we create a resilient anchor within ourselves, allowing us to withstand setbacks without losing sight of what truly matters. Purpose is the why that fuels our resilience, helping us push forward even when things get tough. Consider the story of Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist who wrote Man's Search for Meaning. Frankl survived the horrors of concentration camps by focusing on his purpose, the belief that he could help others by sharing his story. He observed that those who survived often had a sense of purpose or a reason to keep going, something they wanted to live for. Purpose became their guiding light in an otherwise dark time, giving them the strength to endure unimaginable hardships. In your own life, having a clear purpose can transform challenges from overwhelming obstacles into meaningful experiences. For example, if your purpose is to support and provide for your family, even difficult work situations can become more bearable. Instead of viewing them as frustrating barriers, you see them as necessary steps in fulfilling a mission you deeply care about. This shift in perspective not only builds resilience, but also brings a sense of fulfillment and meaning, even in challenging times. To cultivate purpose, take time to reflect on what truly matters to you. What brings you joy? What gives you a sense of fulfillment? And what would you be willing to work toward even when things get tough? Purpose doesn't have to be a single, life-defining goal. It can evolve over time. As you grow and change, your purpose may shift. The important thing is to keep revisiting it, ensuring that your actions align with your values and long-term aspirations. By grounding yourself in purpose, you create a resilient mindset that can withstand life's uncertainties. Moving forward, another powerful way to develop a resilient mindset is by practicing forgiveness. Forgiveness may not seem like an obvious choice when building mental toughness, but it plays a crucial role in freeing us from the mental and emotional burdens that weigh us down. Holding on to resentment, anger, or grudges can be emotionally exhausting, draining our mental energy and clouding our judgment. By forgiving others and ourselves, we release these burdens, allowing ourselves to move forward with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful actions or forgetting what happened. It means choosing to let go of the resentment, to stop allowing past events to control your present peace. In doing so, you reclaim your power, deciding how you want to feel and act rather than being dictated by anger or bitterness. Being present means fully engaging with the moment, immersing yourself in your experiences without being distracted by the past or future. Presence is about embracing the here and now, cultivating a sense of mindfulness that allows you to experience life fully without judgment or distraction. In our fast-paced world, presence is often overlooked. We're constantly rushing from one thing to the next, caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past. But by practicing presence, we build a mindset that's calm, grounded, and resilient. Presence allows us to approach challenges with clarity, focusing on what we can control rather than becoming overwhelmed by what we can't. To cultivate presence, start with small moments of mindfulness throughout your day. When you're eating, take time to savor each bite. When you're in conversation, listen fully rather than thinking about your response. These small acts of mindfulness train your mind to stay present, reducing stress and enhancing your resilience. By practicing presence, you learn to find peace in the moment, developing a mindset that's unshaken by external chaos. Presence also enhances our relationships, helping us connect with others more deeply. When we're fully present, we listen without judgment, respond with empathy, and engage in meaningful interactions. This quality strengthens our bonds with others, building a support network that further reinforces our resilience. Lastly, let's talk about self-reflection. Self-reflection is the practice of looking inward, examining our thoughts, emotions, and actions to gain insight into ourselves. It's a powerful tool for personal growth, helping us understand our motivations, recognize our patterns, and make intentional choices that align with our values. By practicing self-reflection, we develop a deep understanding of ourselves, building a foundation of self-awareness that strengthens our resilience. Self-reflection allows us to learn from our experiences, to see our challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as setbacks. It helps us understand our strengths and weaknesses, empowering us to make choices that align with our goals. By reflecting on our actions, we become more intentional, more aware of the impact of our choices, and better equipped to navigate life's challenges. To practice self-reflection, set aside time each day or week to journal, meditate, or simply sit quietly with your thoughts. Ask yourself questions like, what did I learn today? How did I handle challenges? And what can I do differently next time? This process of introspection builds a resilient mindset, one that's constantly evolving, learning, and growing. As we journey through these practices, embracing discomfort, cultivating gratitude, practicing patience, showing self-compassion, embracing change, grounding ourselves in purpose, forgiving, staying curious, focusing, being present, and self-reflecting, we build a mindset that can withstand anything. These qualities, when practiced consistently, create a resilient inner world, one that is calm, focused, and unbreakable. Now, if any part of this message has been helpful to you, leave us your like and comment, helping the algorithm recommend it to someone who needs it at this time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos, and if you look through the videos we've already uploaded, you're sure to find something to take with you. Have a good day. An unbreakable mindset doesn't mean a life without hardship. It means having the inner strength to face adversity with courage, the wisdom to learn from challenges, and the resilience to continue growing through it all. This journey is one of self-discovery, of embracing our own strength, and of creating a mindset that thrives through every season of life. And as you continue on this path, remember that each step, Each moment of growth brings you closer to a mindset that truly can overcome anything.